Today I'm going to be making the Paula Deen Ooey Gooey butter cake mix. This is all in one. It says includes my gooey filling mix, y'all. This is the original because they do have a chocolate version. This was sent to us from the Parlor family in South Carolina. So thank you very, very much for sending this to us. For this recipe, you need 2 eggs, but don't put them together. And then you need 1 stick of butter total. 4 tablespoons and 4 tablespoons. And then you need 8-ounce block of cream cheese. So we're not going to use the cream cheese now, or 1 egg or butter. Right now, we're going to just use 4 tablespoons of the melted butter and 1 egg. You want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. And you want to have an 8-inch baking pan. It says in the directions to grease the sides and the bottom and all that. Instead, I'm choosing to use parchment paper because it's a lot easier. You don't have to worry about cleaning out the pan. You can lift it up and you can cut it into squares, and it's neater and everything. So this says, this is the Ooey butter cake mix, and this is gooey filling mix. So we want the cake mix right now. So that's this one. So we're gonna take the cake mix, 4 tablespoons of butter and an egg, and we're gonna put it in our mixer, and we're going to mix it together for 1 minute. Okay, so it's really cool how it's stuck together. It kind of looks like Play-Doh or something. And yeah, so it should fall right out of this bowl, and we're gonna put it in the bottom of our pan, and then we're gonna flatten it, pat it down into the bottom of this pan. Yeah, look, it rolled right out of there. So you can use this same bowl. I will change my paddle up for another one, but you can use this same bowl for the next part we're gonna do in just a second. So we're gonna pat this into the bottom. Okay, so now we're gonna move right on to the next part. I'm going to I took my my cream cheese out of the package. I'm gonna open it up, put it in this bowl, change my paddle, and we'll be right back. So this cream cheese, it did not say in the instructions, but I did it anyway. I left it out for about half an hour on the countertop just so that it could get to room temperature. It might have been more like 45 minutes, but you want to whip this up by itself until it's creamy. Creamy, the direction said smooth, creamy. You see how it looks. So now you want to add in your other egg that you got out and your other 4 tablespoons of butter, and you want to beat these together. I'm gonna, there's just a little bit stuck here to my bowl. I'm just gonna scrape that, make sure it gets in there. And now, at this point, we're gonna add our gooey filling mix. And we're gonna blend this together. So now you want to take this mixture and pour it over the top of what you already have in your 8x8 pan. It looks like pudding, honestly. If you saw that, you would just think, oh, that's vanilla pudding.
It reminds me of cheesecake mix.
Oh, you think it looks like a cheesecake mix?
Maybe not quite as thick, but it's pretty close.
Now I'm gonna smooth this out. And then it says to bake for 35 to 45 minutes, but it also says do not overbake because it is supposed to be ooey gooey. So I'm going to bake it for, I'm gonna go right in the middle. I'm gonna go for 40 minutes and then we'll be back. So this is how the butter cake looks. I had set my timer for 40 minutes and I came in here at 40 minutes and it was still really light on the top, and I jiggled it a little bit and that center part moved around like it was still liquid. So I set my timer for 5 more minutes because it said anywhere from 35 to 45, and this is what it looks like with a full 5 more minutes. But I want to show you, if you jiggle it, you can see it moving in the center. So it still has some wiggle to it, but I'm going to leave it. It says you want to let them cool completely before cutting. Okay, so these have cooled off. Pull it out, and there's nothing easier. I mean, my pan's clean. I don't have to wash it. Now, you're supposed to get 10 pieces, and that's not going to happen. So I'm just gonna cut it the way that I would cut it normally.
You're gonna do 9.
Oh, that's pretty good, but this one's huge. I mean, look how big
that's my kind of piece.
Yeah. So this is what it looks like, ooey gooey. So we'll take it over to the table and give it a try. I gave Kevin that big corner piece. So this is, I've read everything. 0 trans fat, 0 milligrams of cholesterol. A portion of the proceeds from Paula Deen Foods supports the Bag Lady Foundation, which makes grants to multiple charities within the U.S. For more information, visit bagladyfoundation.org. That's awesome. 1/10 of the package is 230 calories. These are distributed for Paula Deen Foods, which is located in Savannah, Georgia. They're actually manufactured by Tasty Blend Foods, which is located in Fraser's Bottom, West Virginia. It's pauladeen.com. There you go. Okay.
I'm working my way back to the edge.
Now, I ended up leaving this in for the full 45 minutes.
And it's still not completely set.
No, it is ooey gooey.
I mean, it's set enough to be firm and not runny.
Right, no, it's not running. I really like the flavor of it.
I really do too. You really get a buttery flavor. And the texture is real nice too. The center part, it's still just a teeny tiny bit warm. So it's almost like a warm custardy kind of feel. Right.
Yeah, you knew I wasn't going to wait too long.
You know, I don't think it'd make much difference though.
I don't either.
I think you would still get the same texture and stuff. The cake itself is really good and sweet. And it's not super dense, but it's good and moist. Yeah, you mix it in with the middle part. It kept reminding me of like cheesecake a little bit. And I still think it has a little bit of that, well, it's got cream cheese in it. So it still kind of reminds me of cheesecake a little bit, but it's not quite as...
No, I wonder what the difference between this and a chess pie is.
Chess pie's similar, yeah.
That's what I'm wondering. I think it's
very good.
This is definitely ooey gooey. If you make this at home, I would definitely suggest setting your timer early like I did. And then if it's really, really light on top, don't be afraid to leave it in that additional 5 minutes, because you can see, even though it looked dark on the top, it still is really ooey gooey. It's almost like a custard-like in the center.
That's what I thought too.
But I do think it's very, very sweet and buttery and delicious. So I hope you all get the opportunity to try it. I will put a link in the description below. If you want to click on that, you can. You can visit Paula Deen, click on, go to her website. But thank you very, very much to the Parlor family for picking this up for us, because I always wanted to try it. So I also, if you're interested, have made ooey gooey butter cake. From
a recipe.
From a recipe, yes. So that is on the channel too. So if you don't want to buy the box mix, if you want to do the whole thing at home without the box mix, you can make it that way too. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.